Mm-mm-mm. Look what bullying will make a bid do. You guys are responsible for this. Yeah, you that's watching, every last one of you are responsible for this. Lizzo, and I'm not being facetious when I say it. I'm not trying to be comical. I'm being real. Y'all have bullied Lizzo into losing weight. And it's not just the regular people. South Park got a hand in it too. South Park has a hand in it as well. So Lizzo announced about what 1 or 2 months ago that she was taking a break from music, that she was taking a break from the internet as a whole. To the surprise of everyone, she's been posting about what maybe 4 days ago. You guys can fact check me or so. And she just posted this about 18 hours ago that she's on a weight loss journey. Now, the weight loss journey, I feel like to me, a lot of it is attributed to South Park. Now, it's one thing to have the internet troll you. It's another thing to have the internet trolling be, I guess you could say, so successful that it leads to South Park adapting the whole episode. Not just that, a special behind you, the Ozempic special that they did. It's it has to be a feeling that only someone like Lizzo can relate to. People have created this, and it's unfortunate. And I'm low key. I don't know. I feel like ain't nothing getting fixed from this because, yeah, on one hand, she is going to make a healthier decision to lose weight, but at the risk of her own mental health and at the risk of other people being bullied because people are going to simply say, look what it did for Lizzo. Look what it'll do for you. So, yeah, I think bullying is going to make a return because it took bullying for this change to come, unfortunately. And that's a terrifying thing. And I feel like if just people held themselves accountable, we wouldn't even live in a society where a quote unquote bully would feel like they have a responsibility to help someone change a process of their own body or life. I'm super happy for her, super happy for her, but it's about what standard has been set.
It's Lizzo. FDA approved Lizzo makes you feel good about your weight, and it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
Imagine this, like literally being your life and you waking up and seeing this. And this is what happened prior to Lizzo going on her weight loss journey.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
It's Lizzo. In case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer cared how much they weighed.
I don't give two shits.
It's Lizzo. Lizzo helps you eat everything you want and keep physical activity to a minimum. Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo.
And I gotta go ahead and get a little bit political because this is the channel for it. Gotta get a little bit political. I'm sorry. If you don't like the political, just go ahead and click off. But I feel like this liberal society has created a mindset where you don't have to criticize yourself, where you always have an excuse that you can fall back on. You can say a society that don't accept your standards that you set for yourself. But through liberal propaganda, it's created a mindset where we don't have to become people of society, where society has to bend to the will of the people. And that doesn't make sense because society is the majority. But you can have a minority, someone that could be a lot bigger than a standard American, tell other Americans that this is the standard of health and beauty. And I like how South Park rolled it out, that there's a good chance majority of this has to do with companies benefiting from people being obese. Body positivity. It's just companies that benefit from people eating more and taking less care of their body. It's almost always about the money. And it's unfortunate that people will typically ignore the signs that they are possibly being used if they aren't getting abused in the process because they're getting what they want out of it. It's like if you think about the Bible, and I'm not forcing religion on anyone, it's just a story that I can reference. If you think of Sodom and Gomorrah and what it says about during that era, do you really think the people during that time would understand the end result of their ways? Not really, because people won't actually know when to turn around most of the time until it's a little bit too late, until the fire and brimstone is coming down and until people are turning into pillars of salt. People aren't going to pay attention to the warning signs. And liberals have created a society where people don't pay attention to warning signs, where people ignore the warning signs and say that you have to be like us. And if you don't accept us for who we are, then you're imperfect. And The problem is we used to live in a society where it was something to be proud of when you overcome a challenge like obesity. And there are some medical reasons why some people are unable to lose weight, and we need to be aware of that. I don't think bully is necessary the answer, but I think people need to start taking responsibility in themselves again. Because liberals, for one, they want to separate us from our house, separate us from our parents, become our parents, and then tell us that we can govern ourselves. It doesn't make sense. It creates a person that never truly grows up, because with the mindset of a child, it's always someone but you. So if we could just shift the focus from bullying and prevent it from even being a thing by people taking accountability of what they might feel like they lack for themselves, we could be a lot better, because there was never a problem. There was never this quote unquote mass bullying until liberal society forced things that were typically looked down upon on people and telling them they had to accept it. Now you can't condition these humans to be a certain way, and you flip the switch and tell them that you're unnatural, you're evil, and you're thinking wrong. Now I know some people could say, well, it takes time for things to change, just as it did with slavery. It does. That's why it took hundreds of years for us to all be integrated in society. These things can't happen overnight, but somehow in liberal America, they expect for people that's been conditioned on what is considered and deemed normal to reject that, to reject what's natural, to reject what's normal, to reject what's healthy, and to embrace what is unnatural. And the problem with that is you cannot do that overnight.